Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to today's pick a card reading in my future spouse series. Now in today's reading I'm going to be finding out what your first fall season is going to be like with your future spouse. There usually is love in the air at this time of the year, especially for me. That's just how I feel, but I could be biased maybe because this is my favorite season. So anyway, with that being said, let me know if this is something that you were interested in. This is going to be like a very chill, probably short video, but something that makes you feel good, hopefully. So, yeah, let me know what you felt about your reading in the comments below. And yeah, let's start off. You can choose today's groups based on the pictures that you see in the thumbnail. And yeah, let's start with group number one's reading. Hi, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out what your first fall with your future spouse is going to be like. What are you going to experience during your first fall together? So, first up here, we have the Devil. Please don't be scared of this card, there's nothing scary about it. Next up, we have the Two of Wands. And I wanted to say lastly, but then two cards want to come out for you. So, okay, we're going to take both those cards. So, we have the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Swords. All right. Okay. I kind of want to keep it in a way where they're both visible. I wanted to take only three cards out for you, but four wanted to come out. So, who am I to say no to the cards that want to come out? Right. Your bottom deck energy is the Ten of Wands. So, something that I'm picking up for you guys is that the first fall season that you're going to be experiencing with each other is probably one that is um, happening maybe after you've had a really tough time, maybe in your life individually, maybe like in terms of work it's been quite difficult, or there has been some sort of burden that you have been carrying alone, or there was just too much on your plate. And I don't think this is anything to do with your person, especially because in the Ten of Wands this man seems to be carrying all of the burden themselves. So I do feel like uh yeah, this, like, right before fall starts, I think there is something that's really heavy in your life, something that you're dealing with all on your own. This could be a health issue, this could be something to do with work, some sort of deadline, some sort of like a lot of work on your plate in terms of your career. Maybe if you're in school or something, if you're learning something, then maybe you had too many assignments or too many like exams or tests back to back, is what I'm seeing. But there was some sort of like pressure that you had before fall started, and this was something that you were dealing with on your own. This was something that you didn't really have help with, not because there was no one around to help you, but because this was something that no one else could really help you with, right? So it's like, say for example, you're preparing for an exam. Someone can help you study, but at the end of the day, all the information that you're learning, or everything that you're remembering, all the preparation that you're doing for this exam is technically being done only by you, right? Because it's just you who's going to be appearing for this exam, and no one else can help you then, right? So it's that kind of feeling that I'm getting, like something that maybe, so you're kind of tired, you're like maybe physically exhausted, and in like the autumn months, when finally this thing is over, when the weather is kind of colder, you kind of feel like you just want to stay in bed. You don't really want to go out anywhere. You kind of want to be together with this person, but you don't want to do too many like social outings. You just want to stay in. It's too cold. Maybe you don't really like the cold, is also something that I'm picking up on. But whatever it is, or maybe, you're just so emotionally and physically exhausted that you just want to catch up on your sleep, or you just want to rest at home. You don't even want to step out for dinners or anything. You want to order in food. You just want to spend your whole day wearing something comfortable. You don't want to wear like a tight dress or put on makeup or anything of that sort. You kind of just want to put on sweats and a t-shirt and just throw your hair in a messy bun. That's the kind of situation that I'm getting. And I think at the start of autumn, like when the weather starts getting a little bit cold and rainy, that's exactly how you'll be feeling. And it'll feel really good because the weather will be perfect for you to stay at home. So, you'll be spending a lot of quality time at home with this person. But I think eventually either you'll get bored of just staying at home, or maybe your partner is someone who likes going out, who likes socializing. So maybe they haven't had too much fun just being holed up in your room or holed up in your house all this while. So they are going to start making plans, and I feel like their excitement for the plans that they are making is also going to get you excited, and that I think is also going to get you involved in making the plans. Okay, so like maybe this person was initiating like, hey, we can go here for dinner, or like, hey, maybe we can go here for like a staycation or something of that sort. And initially it was their plan, but you also get really into it and you're like, you know what, yeah, you have a point, let's like make these plans, let's like follow through with these plans, let me like see what I want to do, and like how I can put my input in this, and how I can kind of like share my opinion on this and like make this trip or this outing better, right? So you will also be giving in your inputs, is what I can see. Something else that I am seeing here is that there is a possibility that um, you have been spending too much time together, and it felt like um, mm, you know how they say that sometimes when you are married to someone, or like in a long term relationship, especially if you're living with someone, after a while it stops feeling like you are partners and more like your roommates. So maybe that is the energy that's creeping in, and you're saying, you know what, no, we need to put an effort into this relationship and bring back the spark. Because maybe either you or your future spouse, one of you has been worrying about, is the spark gone, do they not love me anymore? And also because you were dealing with this 10 of wands moment, because you were carrying this weight of something in the past, or you had the burden of doing something, or you were just busy, that probably like didn't leave you too much time to reassure you, right? Or maybe your partner was the one who was working and they couldn't reassure you. So maybe summer is a very busy time for your partner, and autumn is when work starts slowing down a bit, and now this is when they can spend time with you. But all this while you kept wondering if they're prioritizing work because they no longer want to come home to you, or if the spark is fading from your relationship, or if they don't like you anymore. So like either you or your partner are having this thought, which is why you're planning this like vacation, staycation, some sort of like a getaway, some sort of like a fun experience that's kind of like a date, whether it's a day trip, whether it's a weekend trip, whether it's like a 2 week long vacation. There's something that you're planning here in the hopes that the spark is going to come back, and it will. So I do feel like by the end of autumn it is going to start feeling like you were worrying about nothing, because all of this love was here all along. The love that you feel for your partner and that they feel for you has been here all along. It's just that both of you got busy, or one of you got busy. And or like maybe this has been like a bit of a long term relationship, so you have forgotten to reassure each other, or maybe your honeymoon phase is over, so now you've just like you're just going with the flow. Your love lives have become kind of mundane because you're kind of used to each other's company, or it's just very normal for you now to be living with them or to be with them. So I do feel like there is some sort of um, stress, some sort of anxiety within either one of you or both of you, which is definitely going to go away after this weekend getaway or this trip or this experience that you have planned, because you will realize that the love has always been here. You honestly like love each other and you want to be with each other. And maybe there is something here about you working on your communication, right? So like maybe you're going to communicate about not being too dependent on each other, or not being strangers in who are living in the same home anymore. Or you're going to be talking about how you should validate each other and sort of like reassure each other constantly. Maybe like some sort of conversation about how you should be better at conversation and communication is going to be happening, and that is really going to help strengthen your bond, is what I can see, because there is love here. There is honestly so much love between you guys. And maybe sometimes we take that love for granted, like I said, if you are in a very long term relationship. Or maybe we get so caught up with other things that we forget to prioritize the people that we live with, or the love that we have for the people that we live with, or the love that we have for our partners, right? Yeah, we sometimes start taking them for granted. So I feel like one or either of you or both of you are having this sort of confusion, but it is going to go away because of the conversation that you're going to have, because of the communication you're going to have, probably on like some sort of a vacation or staycation that you are going to go on, either to the mountains or to like some place that has a water body as well, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, so some sort of like dark gloomy place, maybe some place where it's also like raining, and you get to spend like a good staycation here. um, yeah, is what I'm seeing. You get to rest and relax, but you also get to spend quality time with each other, in this like calming environment. So it's honestly like, look at how dark the energy of these two cards is, and look at how light the energy of these two cards is, right? So it's like, this darkness was probably just a phase, and either now that you have the time to finally prioritize each other, or the communication you're going to have about how you need to prioritize each other or need to be better at communication, is going to kind of bring the spark back, is what I'm picking up on. So that is what you could be experiencing this fall with your future spouse, or um, in your first, like when you're experiencing your first fall winter months with your future spouse. That's what I see happening for you guys during your first fall with your future spouse, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Claim this spark, this renewal of spark in your life, and I shall see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi, group 2. Let's see what your first fall is going to be like with your future spouse. What are you going to experience during your first fall or autumn months with your future spouse? Now, first up here, we have the Page of Cups. Okay. Next up, we have Death. Okay. And we have the Ten of Swords. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to take another card out for you because the previous group also got 4 cards. Um, okay, so we have the King of Cups here. Right. Uh, all right, all right. Mm, okay. Your bottom deck energy is the Emperor. Ooh. Okay. Your first fall with your future spouse is going to be one where you are going to be having some sort of transformation when it comes to your beliefs, maybe your confidence, maybe, just how you view love or being in a relationship, or how you view um, people of the opposite gender or the same gender, depending on who you're interested in. Say, for example, you are into men, right? And maybe up until now, you have been feeling like men aren't trustworthy. They're just out here making a fool out of themselves because they're making a fool out of you. They're here to just exploit and take advantage of you, and you're just a means to boost their ego. Maybe these are beliefs that you have had either because of what you've been seeing around you or because of the past experiences you've had. But when you are experiencing your first fall with your future spouse, I do believe that this person is going to be so charming and charismatic and caring towards you. I feel like they're going to take care of like your small little needs, that just how they are treating you, just how well they are treating you, just how kind they are to you, just how caring they are towards you is going to be kind of like the death of some sort of belief that you had either in men or in the ability of like thinking like, oh my god, maybe up until now you kept thinking there's something wrong with me, which is why men have been treating me horribly. But this person is going to treat you so well, you're going to realize there was nothing wrong with you in the first place. It was the people that you were choosing that couldn't love you properly. Okay, so one of those two things could be happening here, is what I'm seeing. Like either your faith in men is being renewed because of this, or maybe your self-esteem within your own self is being um, you know really renewed and healed because of how this person treats you. It's like, the saying that if you judge the ability of a fish to fly, the fish is always going to live the rest of its life believing that it's a failure. Maybe that's how you had been feeling. Maybe you felt like you're a fish out of water. Maybe you felt like you're born in the wrong generation where people don't value loyalty and caring and communication, and people are just very casual about the relationships they're in. But this person is going to prove you wrong because you're going to be having so many like deep conversations with them. This person is going to be very vulnerable with you and open up to you, and similarly you'll also be able to be vulnerable with them because they're going to like just treat you in a way that shows you that you can trust them. Yeah. And it almost feels like maybe in the past, or like I said, because of your own experience or because of what you've seen around you, you had very like low opinions of love, or you didn't have a lot of faith in the opposite sex. But I do feel like um how they're treating you is, it's almost like healing something within you, where it's like how they talk to you and how they treat you is like them pulling out like a sword that's been stuck in your back, and then healing those wounds, like rubbing like some sort of salve on those wounds, right? um, and that in itself is making you feel more emotionally secure and safe, and safe enough for you to like express yourself and feel your emotions. And also I think it's like making you more emotionally mature, right? That is also what I am seeing. I do feel like the person that is your future spouse with the emperor's energy here is like a bit of an emperor. They are very emotionally mature, they are very emotionally available, they're probably older than you. Or maybe they just come across as someone who's very wise, who's very like emotionally available, and just like they just got it, they're just very solid, and like they just have their life put together almost, like very, very put together kind of a person. And you feel kind of safe with them. It almost feels like you feel like a little kid with them, where you can say whatever you want to say to them, and they're not going to judge you, they're not going to criticize you, they're not going to break your trust. And yeah, like it's like even if you tell them about the things that you've been interested in, this person is not going to make fun of you for being interested in it, or they're not going to call you juvenile or naive for believing the things that you believe. Or you know how like sometimes you meet people and they make fun of your ambitions or your dreams or your goals, but then you know what they say, like someone who's in that field who's doing really well is never going to laugh at your goals. Like a bodybuilder is never going to laugh at the fact that you have just joined the gym, or a trained ballet dancer is never going to laugh at you for finally deciding to become a ballerina and showing up to your first class of ballet, right? It's always the people who can't do much in their own lives that feel like you can't achieve much in yours either, and then they laugh at you. But not this person. This person is going to be like, oh my god, yes, if that's something that you're into, you should totally give it a try, because I do believe that you will be able to do a really good job at the things that you want to do, and you are totally capable of achieving the things that you want to achieve. And that kind of support, that kind of encouragement is maybe something that you haven't experienced in the past, and that itself is going to make you feel really good. Yeah, so there is this feeling of like emotional safety, security, maturity, this like emotional level up that you're experiencing in this first fall that you experience with your future spouse, because you're with someone who is a really nice person, someone who is mature, someone who's good for you. And I think that's also making you believe that you have made the right choice in choosing your future spouse, right? So it almost feels like you're going to be falling more and more in love with them every day, because of how they treat you, and because you see that yes, this is exactly how I'm meant to be treated. I wasn't meant to be made fun of, or you know spoken to in a condescending tone. That's not what I deserved. I deserved someone who heard me and like listened to me and like valued my opinion, and also taught me things, but at the same time did not make fun of me for not knowing those things in the first place. So yeah, I definitely see you falling in love with your future spouse's maturity, and how they treat you, and them being in your life in the first fall winter months that you're going to be experiencing with them. So yeah, that is what I can see happening for you guys, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me. Claim this emperor in the comments below as well if you'd like to, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. Let's find out what your first fall or autumn with your future spouse is going to be like. What might you experience during the first fall or autumn with your future spouse? So first up here we have the Nine of Cups. That's beautiful energy to start out with. Next up we have the Six of Wands. Ooh. And the card that went flying out is the Nine of Wands. Okay. And lastly, let's get one more card for you. We have the Four of Wands. We have so much wand energy in your reading, which means that either one or both of you are fire sign individuals, which is Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Or this could also mean that something that you might be experiencing during the fall months is a lot of time doing things. Okay, you're taking a lot of action during this time is what I'm seeing. Your bottom deck energy is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so you're walking away. Okay, you're leaving something behind. Ah, oh my God. Okay, and like right below the leaving behind card, we have the Two of Cups, which, if you've been here for a while and you've been watching my readings for a while, you will know that I absolutely love the Two of Cups card to show up in a love reading. I think this is a much better soulmatey card to me personally as a reader as compared to the lovers card, because the lovers card sometimes shows us a karmic relationship, but like Two of Cups to me seems like a, forever kind of a connection, a yin and yang kind of connection where both of you are just meant to be with each other. So yeah, that is something that I'm seeing. Also, something that I'm picking up on is that some of you might be getting married in the fall or in the winter, like in the fall, especially during the fall months, like the Burr months, right? So, like September, October, November, December is when you could be getting married to your future spouse. So, like the first autumn, winter that you're going to be spending together with them is going to be one where you're either planning the wedding or you're actually getting married, because I do see you leaving behind maybe like your single days, or maybe leaving behind um, your home that you used to live in, and you're finally moving into their home. So this could, okay, here's what's happening. I think that I want these two cards to be in your reading as well, but then it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. So we're just going to keep in mind that these two cards are also part of your reading. Okay. What I am picking up on, let's start off with the first card here. I saw the Four of Wands and I got excited. That usually happens to me, but I need to focus. We need to go order wise, because that's just how the reading is going to make sense. Here's what's going to happen. At the beginning of autumn, winter, with your future spouse, for the first time that you're going to experience these moments together, you are going to be feeling like you are feeling very emotionally fulfilled. You're very happy with who you are as a person, where you are in life. You're very content with everything that's going on in your life. It almost feels like you're on stage and people are clapping for you, people are cheering for you because you have all of these achievements, and like your dog days are over, your days of feeling like you have to fight all of like life's battles on your own, or like you can't trust other people, or you have all of these boundaries around you, like that are not even like healthy boundaries. These are just like straight up walls, that you have built around yourself. I'm hearing the words, my heart is a fortress, which, girl, boy, non-binary person, why? Okay, but it doesn't matter, because it honestly feels like all of this is happening because you feel very safe, secure in this relationship that you're in. Okay. This person, they feel like home to you. They feel like your 1111 wish come true. They feel like this is the person you're going to marry. So you could have either met this person during fall and you're feeling really good about it because you know that this is the person you're going to marry. You know that your single days are behind you. You feel very good about yourself. You feel very content with your life. And you're probably surrounded by people who are happy for you. You're meeting his family, his friends, and they really like you. You're meeting your friends and family, and they're saying, oh my god, this person seems like they're really nice for you, because you're glowing. You seem very happy. Either that is happening, so you've just met this person, and now you're eventually going to get married to them. Or some of you, if you've already known this person, you're feeling very like emotionally satisfied and content, and now you want to move to the next level. So maybe you're moving in together, or you're buying your first home. The Four of Wands also like represents like family to me, so like maybe this is the first time you are being introduced to their family, or their family is being introduced to you, so things are getting serious. Okay, so either that could be happening, or you are content and happy because you are wedding planning at the moment, and you feel like all of the eyes are on you, all of the attention is on you because you're the bride to be or the groom to be. And yes, some of those decisions to take are hard, and it feels like you have to take these decisions because it's your wedding. But your partner is going to be making you feel like such like you're going to feel such like equals in this relationship, that you know your partner is helping you out plan this wedding. You're not doing this on your own. Okay, you have support, you know. It's kind of like, you know, maybe you're the kind of person who has always believed that um, a wedding is for two people. It's not just for the women, which a lot of people believe. You know, a lot of people say that, you know, a wedding is for the women and the marriage is for the men. But maybe you believe like, no, if we are going to be partners, if we are going to be in life together, then we also have to be in this wedding together, and we have to plan this wedding together. I don't want to do everything on my own. I want help. I want my partner's inputs, right? So what you're going to be experiencing in your first fall together depends on what your relationship status is, honestly. And this is a timeless reading, but I am also filming this during the Burr month. So either this is the energy that you're in right now, or this is going to be the first experience of your fall winter with them if you are watching this sometime in the future. Okay, but yeah, so you take it how it resonates. You know, you see whether you are single and you have found the person you're going to marry, or are you planning a wedding, or are you with this person but you are just taking the next step where your relationship is getting serious. So this is like a proper general reading where there are lots of messages, but the messages all lead to the same thing, which is marriage or living together, or, you know, finding your forever person and feeling really good about it. And yes, that means that you are going to be leaving something behind, but I don't see you feeling bad about it, because even the moon here on this card looks so content, right? Like, look at the expression on the moon in this card. They look so content. They're like, ah, yes, this is exactly what I was meant to be doing. So yeah, maybe there is something that you're like leaving behind or whatever, but you don't feel sad about it. Okay, so maybe you're leaving behind your singlehood, or your you know, your single days, or your unmarried days, or like your girlfriend status, because now you're going to be a fiance or you're going to be a wife. That is what I'm picking up on. So that's what you're going to be experiencing with your future spouse, the first fall and winter together. Oh my god, that's amazing. I think this is the best reading out of all of the three readings that I've done today. Don't tell the other two groups. I'm not supposed to choose favorites, but you guys are my favorite. This was such wholesome, beautiful energy. Like, look at the colors. Like, the first group just got two colors, like it was black and white. The second group had like a mix of like things going on, but for you guys it's just like colorful, like throughout your reading. Like, every single card is so colorful and not dark at all. And yeah, that's beautiful. That's amazing. Like, even the purple here looks like a beautiful lilac, and it just, it looks magical and beautiful. So, yeah, congratulations on your reading, and congratulations on experiencing this wholesome and beautiful first autumn or fall with your future spouse, group number 3. I love this for you. Claim this reading in the comments below. You guys have to, like, come on. Like, I don't care if you've never commented on my readings before. Like, you just have to claim this reading in the comments below. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.